Hello family, my name is Eddie, one of the pastors here at Watoto Church, and I want to welcome you to Pass X Money, where we talk to real people who have real stories and you get to hear amazing solutions to life. And today, our topic is, what is your story? You know, you have a story and I have a story. And when you allow God to walk through your story, you end up inspiring and encouraging people. And today I'm so excited because I'm hosting amazing ladies. I call them my daughters because I've seen them grow up and they have amazing stories and you are going to be encouraged. So stay right here. Tell your friends that Pass X Money is happening right now. Welcome back. And right here I have beautiful, amazing ladies and we are going to hear their stories and I know you are going to be inspired. Well, look at you looking so beautiful, so amazing, nice colors. You make this place very colorful. All right, so who are you? Let me begin from that wonderful lady over there.
My name is Penny. I grew up from Watoto. I joined Watoto when I was 6 years old. And that was after my mother passed on. And I was left in the hands of my grandmother, who couldn't take care of us because we were very many. When I joined Watoto, I got a new family. I got a mom who looked after me. And I also got an opportunity to travel on the choirs as a child. And then as an adult, I got an opportunity to travel as an adult.
Wow, double blessing.
Exactly. But also I studied and graduated with a bachelor's degree in community psychology. And right now I am working at Four Corners Transform Limited. It's an IT solution company.
Oh, that company must pay for this advertisement you've given them. It's good to have you here, Penny. You're looking amazing and you're a wonderful leader at that IT company, I believe.
Yes, I am.
That's beautiful. Let's go to the middle.
Well, thank you so much for having us again. My name is Jessica Owondo. I also have a story. I lost my father when I was 11. We are 4 of us. We joined Watoto. And life wasn't easy. But I'm grateful. I was able to go through school. I was able to have a very good education, graduated from university with a bachelor's in business computing. And after that, I traveled with the Watoto choirs for 6 years.
Wow.
That was such a very good experience, and I'm grateful for that. And then right now, I work with the Watoto Worship Academy as logistics administrator.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
That's beautiful. And you happen to be her sister.
Yes.
The baby sister, right?
Yes.
And the beautiful thing that Pass X Money audience, you may not know that I carried her as a little girl in a drama called Heaven's Gates and Hell's Flames. I was Jesus and she was the little girl. Now right now I can't even carry her. So Winnie, tell us your story. I know your story. You let us know. What's your story?
Once again, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm glad to be here. My name is Winfred Namunga. And I also grew up from Watoto. I have Watoto DNA. I was in Watoto since 2001. I was 7. Wow. And she's my sister. We came together with our mom. Like she said, we lost our dad at a very tender age. So Watoto took us on and we were privileged to come 4 of us. It was a blessing. And we grew up in an amazing environment. We were taught about Jesus and I was privileged to travel with the Watoto choir. I was 2 at 10. I enjoyed it so much. I also got a privilege of meeting President Bush, actually, when he came to Uganda. It was amazing. So I've experienced all that with Watoto. Wow. And the best thing Watoto has given me is about learning about Jesus. Right. And also, currently, I'm working with Ayada, a business that we own. 6 of us, yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes, I do procurement, finance, and accounting. I deal with the money. So, right now.
So you must be the accountant for the company, right?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes,
And the other fact about you, you are on the very first DVD that we did at Watoto.
Yes, live in LA. Yes.
I know some people read it as live in LA, but it's live in LA.
Yeah.
And you're just there with a big smile. My name is Winnie Namunga. Is it something like that?
Yes.
When I grow up, I want to be
a flight attendant.
Now look at you.
Well, I think.
I think Uganda Airlines can have you at some.
They should. They should. I think so.
That's so wonderful, so wonderful. I mean, I happen to travel on the choirs personally as an adult for about 5 years. I did five tours. And it's true, when you are part of the Watoto family, leadership is very critical. And we tell everybody who is part of Watoto, whether it's church or childcare, that God is raising us up to become leaders. And when I look at you, I'm like, wow, look at these amazing leaders. Now, you said you started a business called Ayada with three other girls, and 2 of them will join us a little bit later. And I want to hear about that story, because when we talk about leadership, most people think it's about being a president, it's about being a minister, and that is true. But leadership is about influencing your community with the skills that God has given to you. But before we get to how you're influencing community, I want you guys to talk about a little bit of that business, how you started this business. I mean, you own a business. Wow. You have a finance accountant, right? The finance manager is right here. And I was saying that I'm going to buy some shares. I need first to look at your books. If you're making money, I'm going to buy some shares right there. So how did you begin this idea of business? And you are working for a company, working for Watoto. And I think for you must be working for Ayada full-time, right?
Yes, full-time.
So tell us about the story of Ayada, briefly.
We had a dream and a desire to start up a business due to unemployment for some of our sisters for a very long time. So not until September 2019, we kept on procrastinating, we'll do it some other time. And then until we took a step of faith. It was a Sunday evening after service. On our way back home, I stopped at a mall that was almost done and said, guys, we need to find out how are the rates at this place and do something about this. So we got to the manager, talked to him, and he actually had affordable rates. We booked a room and we came back the next day and paid. And then we sat down and actually said, now guys, this is real. What are we going to do? We need to do something about this. So we started to put our brains together. We did not have a lot of money.
Right.
And most of us, some of us were working, yes, but most of us were not. So we're like, you know what? We have to do most of these things ourselves. We did the painting ourselves. We did.
I mean, you girls, the way you look, you put on
the
gloves and every other thing painting, eh?
We would come back from work, change to our painting clothes, and then start fixing the place together to reduce on the costs.
Oh, that's so good.
So after some time, we started with a few clothes. One of our sisters was already doing this on a small scale, right. So we decided to run with that and actually make it happen. And I think our first capital was about 150,000.
Wow.
So it was really small, but we had the faith and boldness to start with that. We would pray. First of all, prayerfully considered this, told God, this is what we have. Please use it and multiply it. And God blessed it. And I remember when our very first sales, we got it and actually tithed the whole of it to God, because those are the principles that yet again we learned from Watoto while we were growing up.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, you remind me of an idea that I had from Pastor Gary saying that God gives you a big dream, but you start small.
Yeah.
And when you're faithful in the small things, God will multiply. And I think your capital is much bigger than 150 right now.
Oh yes, it is.
It's no longer that small, but you know, you started in 2019 September, and 2020, which was last year, was the year of COVID. Definitely, you must have been affected by the pandemic. Can one of you just tell us how you have managed to keep that business running in spite of the challenges of the economy because of the pandemic?
So the pandemic was a hit for everyone. We had just started, our business was about 6 months old.
Right.
were just pushing up and coming up, and there comes COVID. So everyone was bothered, everyone was asking questions, but still, we believed God.
Right.
And we told ourselves, you know what, this has happened, how are we going to go about it? So with a few savings we had, we all had to go into lockdown. And we thank God, thankfully we had some money to take us through COVID and those months. And it was tough,
Right.
I should say, but day by day, God took us through COVID. Yeah. And when we came out brand new. It was actually like we came out stronger than ever. Because I remember when we came out, people were closing, businesses were down, and we came and were like, people were paying arrears for the past months that they were not working. Landlords were tough. Right. But a miracle happened. Our landlord came and told us that our building was not going to pay for the months they were not around. Wow. It was a blessing. Yeah. And I think those are one of the things that God does for you when you are faithful with Him. He's faithful. Yeah. We didn't pay a coin. He just told us, just begin and fly. And
He basically gave you a brand new start.
Exactly.
Yes. A brand new start.
Yes,
wow,
He did.
That is powerful.
Yes.
That is so powerful. But also during the lockdowns, maybe Penny, you can tell us about what did you do? Did you just go to bed and just pray that God, please stop this pandemic, let the president open up the economy? What did you do? Did you continue transacting in a new way, innovative way, or you just shut down completely?
We didn't shut down. We stayed as family because we are six, but we're family.
Right.
We all grew up from the same place, and we actually all stand for the same values and same standards. So as Ayada, we decided to take off time and recreate, think of better ways how to move or how to grow. So we sat down and we're like, how are we going to break through after this time of COVID? We came up with a few ideas, and we of course prayed about them because of above all, God is first. Right. We prayed, and we actually have some time. We set off as Ayada, and we prayed together and fast. So what we did is came up with a few ideas and rebranded Ayada. Right. When we started off, like she said, we had a few things, right, but we were able to have a bigger thing in Ayada. For those ones that have been there when we just started off, know exactly what we're talking about. Right now, Ayada is very different from the time we started off. New structure, very many clothes, and we also decided to go out through the media. We have a very good person with the media, and she does an amazing job. So what she did, well, as all of us, what she did is created a few things how we can reach out to the world, not only to where we are in Kisasi, but everywhere around Uganda. So we have clients that just come see us from online, Instagram,
so basically
Facebook.
Saying, one of the things, what you're saying, just sorry for cutting you off, but this is important.
Yeah.
So there was a lockdown, though you could not sell from the premises.
Yes.
You went online.
Exactly.
You started advertising
Yes.
your business online,
Yes.
and you opened up Ayada to more people.
Yes.
The location is in Kisasi,
Yes.
but online is worldwide.
Yes.
So that's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's creativity. That's amazing.
It actually grew our client base.
Right.
We have many people that have just seen us from online, Instagram and Facebook.
Wow, that is so powerful. You know, social media is so powerful, for good and for bad, but you're using it for good, you know. That is amazing. Now, Watoto family, I hope you're being blessed by the amazing stories that you are listening to from these ladies. And my daughters, sometimes we call them the Ayada girls because their shop is called Ayada. They began off, life was not very easy for them. They lost their parents, but thank God through Watoto, they were given a new home, a new family. They began to dream again. Today they own a business, they are working. One of them is married. Actually, two of them are married. You will see the other one later. Jessica is expecting her very first born. And that's amazing. You know, God can turn bad things around. The Bible reminds us that all things work together for good for those who love God. When you keep God first, no matter where you are, watch out. God will set you up. Now, we're going to take a musical break, listen to a beautiful song called God of Covenant, written by our worship team here, and then later listen to a beautiful story from one of the Watoto children called Raymond. I mean, so inspirational. And we will be right back to talk about some other components of the Ayada girls story. See you later.
From the rising to the setting sun, I will praise you for the battles won. You are the one that goes before me. I am covered by your hand. I've never seen the righteous forsaken, never seen the children beg for bread. You are the God that never leaves me. You provide for all I need. You're the God of Abraham. You're the God of covenant. Every promise is yes and amen. Whatever your word is spoken, it will come to pass. You're the God of the covenant, ever faithful. That is who you are. Though I walk through the darkest valley, I will not fear because you're with me. Your presence is a great assurance, so I will trust you all my days. You're the God of Abraham. You're the God of covenant. Every promise is yes and amen. Whatever your word is spoken, it will come to pass. 'Cause you're the God of the covenant. You're the God of Abraham. You're the God of covenant. Every promise is yes and amen. Oh, whatever your word is spoken, it will come to pass. You're the God of the covenant. My confidence is in your name. You have never failed. You will never fail me, God. I believe in every word you say. You will never change. You remain the same, Jesus. My confidence is in your name. You have never failed. You will never fail me, God. I believe in every word you say. You will never change. You remain the same.
My name is Raymond, and I am 20 years old. I know that everyone has a story, and that God can use the story to bring healing and hope to someone else. My story is not any different from thousands of children in Uganda that have been abandoned, left to die, but rescued by Watoto. Shortly after my mother gave birth to me, she wrapped me in a cloth and dumped me in a rubbish pit. For days and nights, I was all alone. And as a result, I contracted so many diseases that nearly claimed my life. I am here today because God knew me and He had a special plan for my life. I am reminded in Psalm 113, He lifts the poor from the dust and the needy from the ashes. He seats them with royalty and gives them a throne of honor. And this is exactly what God has done in my life. Through Watoto, I was given a new family with such a loving and caring mother, as well as loving siblings. I found a home and a place to belong to. Above all, I was introduced to the love of the Father through His Son, Jesus Christ, in whom I found my identity and purpose in life. Right now, I can boldly testify of the good things that God has done in my life. I am currently part of the Watoto Worship Academy, and I am a worship leader at Watoto Church Bira. I am grateful for Watoto and for all the sponsors who give us hope for the future. I know that my best days are ahead of me. This song that I wrote it out of gratitude for what God has done in my life. And I pray that it blesses you.
In my despair, you turned to me and spoke your word that doesn't return void. Out of the miry, you lifted me and set me up on the rock to stand firm. I bow down in reverence of you now, 'cause I can't imagine where I'd be without you. And I'll sing my praises to you now, and I'll tell the world of all that you've done. It's my song of rescue, my song of rescue. You took my pain and made it joy that brightens up and restores my life. Now I proclaim your love and grace you brought to me when you are on that cross. And I bow down in reverence of you now, 'cause I can't imagine where I'd be without you. I'll sing my praises to you now, and I'll tell the world of all that you've done. I bow down in reverence of you now, 'cause I can't imagine where I'd be without you. And I'll sing my praises to you now, and I'll tell the world of all that you've done. It's my song of rescue, my song of rescue. You called my name, you lifted me, put a song of freedom in my heart, so I will sing and testify for the world to hear of what you've done. You called my name, you lifted me, put a song of freedom in my heart, so I will sing and testify for the world to hear of what you've done. And I bow down in reverence of you now, 'cause I can't imagine where I'd be without you. Without you, Jesus, I'll sing my praises to you now, and I'll tell the world of all that you've done. And I bow down in reverence of you now, 'cause I can't imagine where I'd be without you. Without you, Lord, I'll sing my praises to you now, and I'll tell the world of all that you've done. It's my song of rescue, my song of rescue, my song of rescue. It's my song of rescue, my song of rescue.
Welcome back to Pass X Money. I hope you have been inspired by Raymond's story and the music that followed. Well, we are back with the Ayada girls, oh my daughters, and I have two more beautiful ladies. So who are you and what do you do for a living?
My name is Sharon and Odomel. I'm married. I've been married for 6 years. I have two beautiful babies. And I've currently started working at a company called Supreme. Yes.
Right. And you also grew up as a Watoto.
Yes, I grew up as a Watoto. I grew
And
up from
you're
the
on
Suvi
choir number
villages.
10, right?
Yes,
Or
number 10. The live in LA.
Live in LA. Or
Live
live in
in
LA.
LA, yes.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
So studied from Watoto, graduated at Makerere with a bachelor's in development studies. Yes. I think
And
that's
you're
all.
also Jessica's sister.
Yes, I am.
Hey, Banange. Okay, Banange means something in Luganda. Okay, just in case you don't understand English. All right, so, and right here, who do we have here?
Hello, my name is Rita, and I work with Watoto under the program called Leadership and Discipleship Ministry. I also work sometimes at Ayada because I'm a business partner there, and my role at Ayada is social media strategist and content creator.
Whoa,
So I
that
kind
is so
of-
big.
Yeah, I'm in control of all the social media. Those of you that have been seeing and complaining, it's me. Finally, you've got to meet me, so yeah. That's what
That's
I do.
very good. And you also have a story. You grew up as a Watoto.
Yes, yes.
I remember my first time meeting you in the homes at Subi. You're dressed in that skirt at school, and you, that little student. Now look at the lady you've become. Are you married?
No, I'm not married. I'm single
And searching.
and waiting on God's timing.
That is so beautiful. Well, now there are 6 of you in Ayada, right?
Yeah.
And I know there's another lady called Miriam, and who is missing in action right now. And the 6 of you started this business, and you went through the pandemic, and we've seen what God did and the favor that God has brought toward your company. your business. But also in our interaction, I got to learn that there are some kingdom principles that you've been applying. And I believe these principles are so powerful when you, anybody practices these principles, it leads to success. So would you mind just sharing about some of these principles? Let me begin with Sharon right here.
First of all, we tithe on every profit that we get. And we actually, our very first fruit, as Jessica said earlier, was given to the Lord. And we value that, and we have it in our DNA, and we believe that if you respect God's promises and His word, He blesses you and He places His favor upon you.
So you're saying that the first profit you made in your business, all of it?
Yes, all of it. Yes. Very well said.
And you are still alive. You did not go broke.
We did not go broke.
You didn't go begging for food and everything.
We actually saw the Lord's goodness upon our lives after. And till date, it's only God who has brought us this far. Yes.
So basically, the principle number one into the tithing is, and you tithe on
faithfully, faithfully. Every profit, every time we finish accounting for our books, every week, tithe is the first thing to be taken off before we even do anything, before we...
And of course, I've seen you at church, possibly when you walk in the basket, you come with the Lord's tithe and put it there.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. That is so powerful. So
yes.
good. Anything else?
Then we actually bless community. It's one of our core values as well. Of course, we learned from Watoto Church. So actually...
And you are Watoto.
Yes. And I'm Watoto. So before COVID happened, we had Easter. It was part of our plan to always bless people over Easter and Christmas. Right. So we happened to go and visit the kids in Katanga and bless them. Rita happened to connect us with families that she knew. We happened to bless them over Easter, and then we also happened to bless one of our Watoto mothers, neighborhood mothers. Wow. She has 6 children, still in our community in Chisasi, and we're able to see the skills that she learned from Watoto. They taught them how to make soap. We're able to buy some of the soap that they actually made. It was really a blessing to see how much they've learned. Wow. And also be a blessing to them, because that is one of the reasons as to why we wanted to start this business, to be a blessing to other people. Wow. And we usually do it to people we don't know and we don't even have an idea. They don't know us, we don't know them, but in our community they serve us around. The askaris or those the ladies that walk around the streets. So yeah, that's one of our core values as well. That
is so good, because you remind me about generosity. You know, generosity is generosity when you give to somebody who can never return the favor, because you're doing it for them. And most times people in life, they give somebody something because they know maybe they also can bless them in return. Yeah. You come, you bless your pastor with a pair of shoes, knowing that one day you're going to come for a prayer, and you know he's going to prefer you above others. But you are demonstrating true generosity where you give to people who cannot pay you back. Wow, God bless.
Because that's what Watoto also did for us. Wow. They didn't know us, but they just decided to bless us with a beautiful future. And then here we are, because someone didn't really want anything in return.
You see, that's why I know you're true Watoto, because one of our core values is generosity. Of course, community is one of them, generosity. And we are seeing the core value being lived out by the church and the people in the community, where we give to give. And every time it's time for us to give, we don't manipulate people. We give because God has blessed us, and that is sufficient. And you know what? And I believe that, man, God has amazing things in store for all of you. And God bless you. That's so inspiring, so nice. What about our social media expert right here?
Yeah, well, we also consider customer care as our key value. Like in Ayada, hospitality is key. Like, we make sure our clients leave and they always want to come back. Right. So we treat them well, we make them feel comfortable, we make them feel welcome. In that sometimes we just even have clients just come to chill, hang out with us and catch up without even buying anything. But that is because we treat them well. And I think that is an element we learn from church, from home here in Watoto. Like, we are taught to be hospitable, to welcome people with a smile, like invite people and keep extending, hug someone. Sometimes people just come to the shop because we always smile, we always hug them, they're happy to see them. You just generally happy to see someone come to shop.
So I'm
with
going to
you.
be coming every day for a hug. You
Yeah,
know, those are 6 hugs. They say that every person needs about 12 hugs per day. So if I come to Ayada once, I get 6 at a time.
Yes, please. Yeah, please come. Yeah, I think that is very good that we consider that.
I mean, that is amazing. But of course, you know, you're young, you're beautiful. There will be some guys who are showing up also to see. Some of you are still single and being searched for. And so when those guys come, just make sure you ask me. And I look at them with my stare. Normally I see motives and everything. But you know what? I'm so inspired by your story. Not only has God seen you through when you are helpless, and right now God has raised you to a place of leadership where you are able to, I can't say give back. You know, when they say give back, it's like you've taken away. No, where you are giving, you're just being generous. And I believe if people can exemplify what you are doing in your business, I mean, as we say, the sky is not even the limit, because when you put God's kingdom first, God says every other thing will come following after, including beautiful husbands, not beautiful, good husbands. Like these amazing ladies where they have amazing men who have come into their lives. Man, thank you so much. And so I know we are almost concluding this. Where can Ayada be found? Where can they find you?
You can find us in Tisasi at Loi Plaza, shop L40. The building is right opposite gas, so it's easy to get it. And you can also find us on social media. Our plugs are Ayada, Throng, Instagram and Facebook. I think for now we are just on Instagram and Facebook. And then we also have phone numbers. You can reach us once you plug in into our social media handles.
Yeah, since you're serious about social media, we shall check you out. And again, this PSN is going to be watched by people on social media, so that's the best place to find you.
Yeah, thank you.
And also, I've been a beneficiary of Ayada. I got a pair of jeans and it changed my life. I don't know if it changed my life, but I changed. No. But it's a beautiful, and I can say that beautiful things. And you're putting on Ayada clothes right now. It's amazing, amazing. Now, there is power in a story. We all watch movies, you know, and I love movies which are real life story movies because they kind of connect with us where we are at. And when we watch those movies, we end up being inspired. And I believe that actually your stories have inspired many people. And I would like you to speak to somebody who's watching today. Is there one thing you'd like them to know that can enable them to succeed in life? I'm going to begin with you, Sharon. Look into the camera and then speak to that person who's watching right now.
The one and most important thing that you should never leave out of your life is believing in Jesus and having faith in Him. He's the only true God, and He has brought us this far.
That's so good. Very good. Jessica.
I think as Christians, it's very important that we uplift one another, be supportive of one another, encourage one another, and start things together than go solos. There's a lot of weight lifted off you, and then start small. Start with what you have faith, and work hard.
That's very
and
good.
And trust in God to do the rest for you.
That's very good. Rita.
Yeah, I think for me is trust the process. Like you don't have to look at someone else's business and then you quickly jump into conclusion. Like I can do this. Start with what you have. Trust the process, because even people with big shops or businesses started somewhere. So trust the process, trust God with what you have, and also learn to support, like come and support people's businesses, your friends' businesses, buy things from them, pay cash, pay full amount for them, because that is the only way you can build one another. Yeah.
That is so beautiful, because sometimes, because you're Christians, you think, this one's going to understand, and then, take advantage of them, and which actually makes people fail.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, ladies, for being a part of this amazing episode of Past X Money. What is your story? I know your stories have encouraged many, many people. Now, as we conclude, I want to read 2 scriptures and then wrap this up. The first one is 1 Chronicles chapter 16, verse 9, and it says, "Sing to him, sing his praise to him, tell of all his wonderful acts." The second one is this, 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9, "But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of him who has called you out of darkness to his wonderful light." At the end of the day, our stories are all about God at work in our lives. You know, many people are afraid of their stories. They're afraid of telling what has happened in their lives because they feel they may get embarrassed. But you know what, friends? When you get those broken pieces and give them to God, God is able to put them together and write something beautiful. You had these ladies. They came to Watoto as orphaned children who didn't have hope, but God was at work. He put Watoto Church there and the homes, and they got new families. They got to dream again. Now they're done with school, and now they have businesses. Some of them are married, and they have children, and God is still writing history through their lives. I want to encourage you, never be embarrassed about where you've come from, because where you have come from does not define you. Only God can define you. And today, I want to encourage you, trust Jesus. He's the one who will bring all your broken pieces together and write something beautiful. I want to pray for you right now to trust in Jesus and give him your life. He's the only one who's going to write an amazing story through your life. Let's pray. Now, Father, thank you so much for everyone who is watching this episode of Past Sex Money. What is your story? As we have seen, you gave these 6 girls an amazing opportunity, and you have worked through them and in them, and you are still at work in them. And because they have put their trust in you each and every day, you are bringing them success each and every day, because it's all about you. So Father, I'm praying for those who are watching right now. Probably they have gone through some difficulties in their lives. I'm praying may they take those difficulties, those broken pieces of their lives, and hand them over to you, because it's only you who can write something beautiful out of their broken pasts and maybe presents. So Lord, I'm praying right now, may they reach out to you and say, Jesus, come into my life, change my life. I trust in you. I love you. I pray all this in Jesus' name. And everybody said, amen. Thank you so much for being a part of Past Sex and Money. Remember, the Celebration Sunday is up. Find a location close to you and let's celebrate Jesus. Have a beautiful evening. God bless you.